Hello, good morning, namaskar to every one of you. Myself Gautaman, I'm a spiritual book writer, retired bank employee, and English trainer. With this brief introduction, I want to get into the topic on which I am going to talk is the inner meaning of Indian temple structures, features, and worship methods. In this regard, I would like to repeat one important verse written by Tirumular. He was a popular yogic poet. He sang about 3000 verses, and one of the important verses I am going to chant here. It is in Tamil. Okay, it is called Thirumandiram. Okay, it was written by the yogic poet by name Tirumular. Okay, he was just like actually any other yogic poets like Thiruvalluvar, like the Tirumular. He sang, Ullam Perunkoyil Unudambu Alayam Vallal Piranarku Vai Gopura Vasal Tella Telindarku Sivan Sivalingam Kalla Pulanaindum Kala Manivilake. He told Ullam Perungoyil. Ullam means heart. He told heart is the sanctum sanctorum of the temple. Sanctum sanctorum means the Garbhagriha. Unudambu Alayam, the body is the temple. So body is the temple, heart is the Garbhagriha, the sanctum sanctorum. Okay. Vallal Piranarku Vai Gopura Vasal, and the mouth of a person is what you call the entrance of the main tower. In temples we can see first we confront the main tower, there is an entrance, isn't it? He says, Vallal Piranarku Vai Gopura Vasal. So, mouth is the entrance of the temple. Thella Telindarku Sivan Sivalingam. Thella Telindar means one who is clarified in mind. For him, his Jiva itself is Shiva. His Jiva itself is Shiva. That is Sivan Sivalingam. Okay. Kalla Pulanaindum Kala Manivilake. Then he says, Kala Manivilake means usually in temples, we lit 5-faced lamps, isn't it? 5-flame lamp with 5 faces, with 5 flames, we lit lamps, isn't it? That is even at houses or temples, we lit such lamps. The 5 flames, okay, the 5 lights in a lamp, they represent the 5 senses of perception in us. We have got eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch, the 5 senses of perception. They are the 5 flames, he says, of the, what you call the light, 5 face of the lamp. Okay, that is, so Kalla Pulanaindum Kala Manivilake. He says Kalla Pulan means the senses, he called them as what he called Kalla means cheating. Because the senses, it is the senses which cheat us, isn't it? They cheat us means what? Because the senses only what you call report the existence of the universe, the creation. By seeing, by hearing, touching, feeling, we think the creation is real. But our Vedas, Itihasas, Puranas, and even Upanishads, they say the creation is not real. It is unreal. It is only an appearance to the senses. So, the senses are cheating us, That's why he told Kalla Pulanaindum Kala Manivilake. So, these senses are the 5 what you call flames of the lamp. Now, so from this what we understand, a very important thing we understand. The thing is, temples are not merely places of worship. Temples are not merely places of worship. Then they contain something more than that. A higher message we have to get. The higher message is temples form a medium of spiritual instruction. Temples form a medium of innumerable spiritual instructions. Where the spiritual instructions are available, they are all available in the very structure of a temple, in the very features of a temple, and in the very worship methods we adopt in the temples. That is it. So the structures, various features, and the worship methods, they go with innumerable lot of inner meanings, tattvarthas, that is it. Because these messages were conveyed by yogis, jnanis, okay, in those days, but they have not reached the mass. They have not reached the mass. That is the thing. I myself, having met innumerable spiritual masters, yogis, jnanis, and bhaktas, and scholars, I could gather a lot of information about these things. That is what actually now I am sharing with all of you. This is a very, very valuable information actually for the devotees who go to temples and worship. Please listen to it. Now, so we are going to see what are all the inner meanings of temple structures, various features and worship methods. But before that, I have to introduce what are all the features available existing within human nature. A human being, we say human being, we have got living beings of three kinds: plantation kingdom, animal kingdom and human, isn't it? In case of plants, we do not see mind. That is only expression of what we call physical structure. We are able to see in case of a plant or tree. We are able to see the stem, branches, leaves, etc. The physical structure is there, and in them there is prana shakti. Prana shakti is there even in plants, but in plants there is no mind. But okay, in case of animals, they have physical body, they have prana shakti inside, because they have prana shakti is the vitality with the help of which we are able to work, do things. And more than that, there is mind in them. In animals only we are able to see mind. That's why they are able to tackle different situations. They are able to observe the situations and respond to it. To observe the situation and respond to it, to do that, a mind is required. It is available in animals. But what we call the buddhi shakti, the intelligence layer is not available in them. It is not available in animals. It is available. Buddhi, the intellect, is available. The intelligence layer is available only in human beings. Let us all please note. What I am telling is, actually, this is the message of the Yoga Shastras of Bharat. The Yoga Shastra, I mean Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, the works of Adi Shankara, even sage Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, they are all Yoga Shastras. Even the Tirumala's Tirumandram, they are all Yoga Shastras. They convey lot of what you call tattvas, the tattvas of life, the tattvas of creation, the tattvas of jivas, human nature, innumerable things. What is the goal of life? What are all the, how we have to lead life, human life, okay, to reach the goal, all these things. So, first we have to understand the the features within a human nature, within ourselves. So that I have to introduce. Then only when I talk about the inner meaning of temple structures, features, etc., it will become meaningful. So let us get into actually the human nature. So now, taking the case of our human nature, human body, we think we have a body, a physical body, and medical science recognizes only the physical body, the physical nature. It doesn't recognize anything subtle within. Our Yoga Shastra says there are 5 layers within human nature, 5 layers. First layer, the outermost layer, is called food layer. It is called Annamaya Kosha. That is food sheath. Food sheath means nothing but food layer, because it is constituted by food. Okay. Then prana layer. Then there is a subtle layer within the human body, physical body, that is called prana layer. It is constituted by prana shakti. Prana has got 5 branches called prana, apana, samana, vyana, udana, like that 5-fold pranas, which are in charge of 5-fold physiological functions within us, namely respiration, senses of perception, nervous system, respiratory system, nervous system, digestive system, all these innumerable systems we have got, isn't it? So all these different physiological functions are carried out only because these 5 pranas exist within the human body. So that is called pranamaya kosha. Prana is the next subtle layer. When I say subtle, S-U-B-T-L is subtle, because body is gross, physical. Prana is subtle. Subtle means, for example, we have got the air. Panchabhutas we have got, earth we have got, then water, then Agni we have got, fire, then Vayu, that is air, then beyond that is Akash, isn't it? Panchabhutas we call them, isn't it? Actually, we study a lot of things, our children study in schools, but they don't study about all these things. They are conveyed only in our Shastras, in our scriptures, please note. So, this prana layer, okay, we have seen the second layer. It is very subtle because air we cannot see, we can only feel it, isn't it? Because it is subtle. Air cannot be seen. Like that, the prana can only be felt, it cannot be what you call seen. So it is subtle. Still subtler is what you call mind layer. That is called Manomaya Kosha, mind layer. It is constituted by likes, dislikes, imaginations, memory, etc. That is called Manomaya Kosha, the inner mind layer. It is still subtler than the Prana Shakti. And beyond that is what you call intelligence layer, or what you call this Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, then Vijnanamaya Kosha. It is called Vijnanamaya Kosha, that is intelligence layer. So the intelligence layer is nothing but the Buddhi Shakti. Our Buddhi Shakti alone is called as the intelligence layer, okay, which has got the capacity to discriminate as to what is true, what is false, what is right, what is wrong, which is good, which is bad, which should be done, which should not be done. These things are decided only by our Buddhi Shakti. It is available, please note, only for human beings, not for any other creatures. This Buddhi Shakti, this intellect is available only for human beings. It is not found in animals or plants. It is a special prerogative of human beings. Please note, it's a gift of God only exclusively to human beings. So this is called Buddhi Shakti. This is intelligence layer. And beyond that is Anandamaya Kosha. That is called bliss layer. Bliss layer means it is full of bliss. Actually, this bliss means actually we have enjoyment. We enjoy many things physically, mentally. We derive pleasure, happiness, joy. All these arise from this Anandamaya Kosha, the Ananda layer, the bliss layer. From inside only they come out and we experience. That is it. That is what our Yoga Sastra says. So Anandamaya Kosha, then beyond, these are all the 5 layers. So food layer, prana layer, mind layer, intelligence layer, and the bliss layer. They are the 5 layers. They are beyond the 5 layers is Atma, the what you call the self, the selfiness. It is called Atma. It is beyond the 5 layers. Okay, and actually we have to know that Atma is transcendent of nature, transcendent of nature. Okay, it is beyond. Atma is beyond nature, beyond the 5 koshas, 5 layers. Okay, now this we have understood what are all the 5 layers. Then another thing, we have to understand what is human mind. Okay, separately we had, because human mind is in our scriptures they are called, Yoga Sastra calls it as Antakarana, the inner instrument. Antakarana means inner instrument. So Antakarana, inner instruments means what? It consists of 4-fold thought modifications. They are called vrittis. For example, ego, chittam, buddhi, manas. Chittam means memory. Thoughts, which are all memory thoughts. Then what you call buddhi. Buddhi vritti means but buddhi thoughts, intelligence. I told intelligence layer. So the thoughts arising in the intelligence layer, they are called buddhi vrittis. Then mano vrittis. Then chitta vrittis. Chitta vritti means, I told them, memory thoughts. Then mano vritti means the likes and dislikes. Okay, imagination, etc. Okay. Then the 4th one is called actually ahankara vritti. Ahankara is another modification of thoughts. It is another expression of our mind. So 4 expressions. Ahankara is nothing but I, the feeling of I. We have got the feeling of I am so and so, I am Gautaman. Everybody says I am, isn't it? Actually, what that I stands for is something very great. Because Swami Aurobindo told, we are mistaking the I as simply a reference point, but it conveys something very great, because the significance of I is truth. The significance of I is Atma. Atma is the truth. Atma is the truth within us. And the I, when the feeling which we have as I, the I denotes the base of I is Atma. Please note. But unfortunately, because of ignorance, we think I am this body. That is ignorance. That is ignorance. So, with this, because already 15 minutes completed, I would like to conclude my thoughts in this episode. With this, I will continue my talk on the inner meaning of the temple structures, features, etc. by comparing with the various features within human nature. Okay, we will see a little more about human nature and get into the temple, inner meaning of temple structures, features, etc. Till then, I would like to say goodbye to every one of you. Namaskar.